Alright guys, so we have our cylinder head done here. Everything is prepped and shimmed and everything. Here's the engine that we did a couple weeks ago. I'm going to clean everything, show you how to prep it so we get the head gasket on. So I have our brake cleaner here, and I'm just going to give this a little light dusting. And I'm not going to use any paper towel because I don't want any of the debris from the paper towel on here. So I'm just going to use the glove just to wipe. And it looks pretty damn clean. You want no oil at all on here, otherwise it will not seal. So it looks like we're good here. All right, that'll dry. Same thing up here, light dusting and a wipe. No dust, no debris, no fabric, no nothing on here. Okay, looks good. All right, now I'm gonna grab our two cylinder head dowels. One's gonna go here, and the other one over here. Okay, next is our oil feed tube. And I'm gonna put the slightest amount of oil on here. All right, and that goes right here. You see that little bit of oil that kind of popped up like that? I'm going to clean that off as well because I don't want any of that. All right, let that dry. Now we're going to use our racing head gasket here. And it only goes one way, so you can't mess it up. Make sure there's no scoring, there's no nicks, no scratches on it, which looks perfect. So we're going to be careful not to get any oil on it. Perfect, just like that. Okay. Now we got our cylinder head. We're going to get our oil feed tube in first. There we go. Cylinder head is on. All right, so we have our head bolts here. Let me get everything in order. I'm not going to use studs on here. It's not necessary. So let's do two at a time. So the beveled side faces the head. Beveled. I'm going to put a little lube before the head and after the washer, as well as on the threads. I'm going to do that for each. All right, so these are a 14. I'm just going to drive these down, and then we're going to torque them. So I'm just setting them down, and then we're going to torque. We're going to go in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So first pass is going to be 26. Second pass is going to be 42. So let's do 26. Here's 26. All right, now we're going to go up to 42. 42. All right, we're gonna check everything. So when you check everything and it doesn't move, it means that everything was really, really flat, which is fantastic because that's what we want. Okay, perfect. So timing video, we've done that before. We're gonna drop an exhaust cam in just like this. We have our timing chain, gonna drop it in. Okay. Gonna wrap it on just like that. This is our cam chain tensioner for the intake side. So here's our little bushing. That goes in the back, just like that. I'll do it one more time. Bushing goes in the back, goes up like this. Here's our mount bolt with washer. Don't forget the washer. It's gonna drop in here, like that. We're gonna pull our exhaust cam over to this side with the chain. And we're gonna grab our exhaust cam guide, or whatever you wanna call it. So the bottom one's going to get this guy right here, which I'm also gonna loosely put in. Okay, good. And now the top. I'll make sure it's good. It gets this guy here. This is our custom-made top bolt because the original is a socket, is for an Allen, and I don't like the way it strips, so we make a stainless steel hex 12 mil hex bolt for that. Don't forget your O-ring. And we're also going to put that in by hand. So now we're going to put the exhaust cam back where it's supposed to be. Going to take the intake cam, throw it in where it's supposed to be, just like that. I need the bolt and the timing rotor. So the timing rotor has an interrupted tooth, so you cannot screw it up. So it goes on like that. Make sure you put a little Loctite in the hole here. Red Loctite only. You don't want this coming out. Okay, I'm going to use the impact again here. 17. Okay, that's it. Now, first thing, we want to make sure that we have the timing marks correct. So here's our timing mark right here. That's going to go in line with the left side of the case here. So that's correct. So our intake cam single dot is going to be here. We pull it down. So that's the direction of the chain tensioner. So the single dot is right on the case half here. Perfect. And that means our exhaust cam going, I think it's going to be right there. There. Okay, so single dot, double dot. Perfect. That's perfect. So now, since that's in play, we're going to take our chain tensioner here. I'm going to pull the guts out. I'm going to drop the tension like that and see how this tensioner has a little slot in the bottom that faces down. So we're going to put that in just like that. So we already have lube on here. No need to add any more. Now here's the cam cap. Just want to make sure everything's seated decently here. We're going to leave 2 bolts out, but these are the 2 important ones here. The long silver ones go here and here. And I'm going to leave 2 on the table, and the rest are going to go up. So the two that are going to be left out are these two right here. All right, now I'm going to use the driver just to pull it down lightly. Just want to get some of these just holding in place. So Kawasaki, I believe, wants you to move from the inside out, which is totally fine, but I'm going to move this way lightly, and I'm going to do it a couple times. But you can do it however you want. All right, so cam cap, all this stuff, 107 inch-pounds. So let's give them a nice torque. First is going to be the first pass, just to make sure everything's down. Second is just to check. Okay, everything's perfect here. All right, now everything over here, same shit, 107 inch-pounds. So let's get these. These be very gentle with because they like to break. Okay, that one's good. Where was I here? Perfect. So this guy here, I'm gonna do by hand. Really not as important. Perfect. Okay, now I want to make sure that this chain really didn't move, which it did not, but it can. So I'm going to put this tensioner in like this. And I'm going to tighten this one by hand. Snug it down. We're going to grab our 17. Now see how this chain kind of pulled over a little bit? I'm going to pull. Okay, good. All right. So see how I made sure that didn't skip a tooth? Now I'm going to rotate it around. You're going to hear some clicks. Tensioner is going to push out. Valve train is going to move around. Everything feels good. If you feel any thumps or bumps or anything like that, it means you screwed up the timing and you're going to bend the valve, so you better make sure that you stop and don't put a lot of pressure on the motor. All right, so we went around in a circle already. Our timing mark is at the cases again. We have our single dot, our double dot, so we did a good job. So I'm going to rotate this a couple times now by hand. Make sure everything looks good, sounds good, feels good. Perfect, okay. Now off camera, what I'm going to do is I want to check my valve lash. Make sure everything's good. I'll do the exhaust first because it's more difficult. So what I'm going to do is the same thing you do as you check your valve lash in the machine. I just want to make sure all my values that I did with the head off are still the same, because when you put the cam cap on, things move around a little bit and you want to make sure it's still within spec. So I'm going to do that off camera, and then we'll be back to add these two bolts and finish this baby up. All right, you can turn it off.